So here we have my kind of horror slash dark romance slash ghost stories. Let's start here. We've got the Charlene Harris Suki Stackhouse series. I have most of them. I think there's 10 so far. Yeah, I have the first 10 plus the short story. I think there's been like 2 or 3 more since this one, I'm not entirely sure. And then we have the Laurel K. Hamilton Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. I have the first 8 books in the series, and again I think this thing stretches all the way up into the 20s. So Lord knows how far the storyline gets worn out. And then we have the Mary Gentry books. I picked them up because they were cheap. I have Mistletoe Kiss, and A Lick of Frost. I can't imagine there'd be anything of real substance, probably just a lot of weird ghouls and sex. And then we have the Kelly Armstrong books, Bitten and Stolen. These are about werewolves. And we have the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. I just have the first 3. We have Interview of Vampire, Vampire Lestat, and The Queen of the Damned. And these are really old copies. I think they're probably older than me. These were my dad's and I kind of stole them from him. So yeah. So I have those, and then I have the what is this one? The Lives of the Mayfair Witches, The Witching Hour and Lasher, and there's a third one that I need to pick up. And then this is just a random one. This is Violin, and I think this is part of the Vampire Chronicles, but I'm not entirely sure. And then we have Solace, which is kind of a kitschy sort of dark, you know, paranormal romance book. It's supposed to be really funny. I haven't actually read it yet. Then we have The Women in Black by Susan Hill. I haven't read this yet either, but I've seen the film and I found it quite scary, so I wanted to see what the story's like. Then we have Poppy Z. Bright, Lost Souls, and this is another kind of under the radar series. The next book in the series is called Drawing Blood, and this is quite a very modern take on vampirism. So the original cult novel of Vampire Chic. I haven't actually read all of it. I've read the first few chapters. It was alright. Next we have The Apocalypse by Jeffrey Konvitz, the shattering sequel to the Centennial. I have no idea what this is about. I kind of bought it just because it was called The Apocalypse and it looked very demonic, and I have yet to actually read it. I got it for 40p from a secondhand store in Wales. The Woman in Silk by R.J. Gadney. I believe this is a ghost story of some sort, where people have to spend the night in a haunted house. Pride, Prejudice and Zombies. I got this from Nick's sister for Christmas one year, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous edition with illustrations and the like, and a nice little, you know, bookmark and everything. Sad to say I haven't read it yet, but I will very, very soon. Next we have Angel Fall by Susan E. And the second book in the series is now available. I will probably pick it up once I've finished reading this one. We have The Passage and the 12 by Justin Cronin. I've heard rumours that this is being made into a movie, and if it is, I think it's going to be epic. I really enjoyed this, although there was a lot of bump in it that could have just been glossed over, but you know, neat filled pages. And the 12, from what I've read of it, is really, really good. I haven't finished it yet this was one of those ones that kind of got lost in the shuffle, and I'm going to return to it. Then we have some James Herbert books. We have Haunted, which was a freebie. One of those things where, like if you bought it with a book, you got this one for free. And then we have The Secret of Crickley Hall. I haven't actually read these yet, but I've read other works of his and I do enjoy his style of writing. We have Hunger Like No Other by Cresley Cole, and I'm sure the cover speaks for itself. Oh yeah, and I haven't finished this yet, but there is tons of this going on in this book. Next we have my Stephen King collection. I went through a big phase of adoring Stephen King. I am missing one. I'm missing Leslie's Story. I had a hardback version of it. I don't know where it's gone, but I do have one. And I think I had 4 After Midnight as well, which really bums me out because I was really looking forward to reading those. But we have The Dark Half, Rose Madder, Desperation, Carrie, Dreamcatcher, Thinner, which was oddly disturbing story, Misery, Give Me Nightmares, Nightmares and Dreamsakes. I haven't actually read this yet. From Buke 8, couldn't really get into that one. And It. Oh, that's a difficult one. I've tried several times to read this and never much managed further than about here, which you can kind of tell by the discoloured paper. One day, my friend, I will finish you. And I'm sure you can guess most of these were bought secondhand, mostly from that creepy guy in Cardigan, and he gave me a really good deal on them. Next we have The Taker by Alma Katsu. This is a kind of vampire book, but not really like stereotypical, I don't think, and the second book is already out for this. It's a really nice buttery cover, really like that. Next I have 2 other books from Charlene Harris, an Ice Cold Grace and Grave Sight. I haven't read these ones. I'm not actually sure if they're meant to be in this section, but they're like detective novels, because that's the other sort of, that's what Suki Stackhouse books are meant to be. They're a detective series, just with vampires thrown in there, and everything else she writes is detective work, kind of like Christy, what's her face? Oh, what is her name? Oh, there we go. Kind of like Agatha Christie, but not really like Miss Marpley. Then we have Let the Right One In, which is the book based, the film Let Me In was based on. I've tried reading this and it was very, very scary. Again, it was one that got lost in the shuffle, so I'm looking forward to getting around to finishing it. And then we have 2 Virginia Andrews books, Flowers in the Attic and Into the Garden. Again, I haven't read those yet either. So those are all my kind of horror / ghost story books. Next we have my crime section, which is like the smallest section of my collection because I'm not exactly the biggest crime fiction fan. We have The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. This is like obligatory reading. I've gotten like half the way through it before I do need to finish it. Then we have my Manda Sue Heller books. We have The Charmer, The Game, and Tainted Lives. Tainted Lives is my favourite out of the 3. And then we have Stuart McBride, Cold Granite, Broken Skin, and Dying Light. Nikki French. These were also recommended to me by my friend Anna. They're actually written by 2 people and they just kind of merged their names together and came up with Nikki French. So we have Killing Me Softly and The Land of the Living. And then we have John Grisham, The Firm. I picked this one because it's the only adaptation I've seen into film format, so I decided this is probably the best kind of starter book into Grisham work. Let me know what you think. We have Karen Slaughter, A Faint of Fear? No, A Faint Cold Fear. I don't know where I got the other one from. So yeah, Karen Slaughter, A Faint Cold Fear. I picked this up about 10 years ago or so. I'll tell you in just a second. Yep, 2003. So I've picked this up like 10 years ago and I still didn't finish it. But I did really enjoy what I'd read of it. It's just the time, I think I was a bit too young to understand it. This came free with a book magazine that you get from Waterstones when you join their loyalty card thing. You get the free quarterly books magazine. And I didn't even tell you what it was. It was Philip Kerr, the one from the other. I haven't read it yet. I don't know if I want to. But hey, it's there. And then I have Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, which everybody has read apart from me because it kind of got shoved to the back for some reason. But I definitely want to give that a go really, really soon. Final section, which is my sci-fi and fantasy. Mostly fantasy, I have to say though. We have the Gormenghast trilogy by Mervyn Peake. We have The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. We have The Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. We have Pure by Juliana Baggott. We have Wool by Hugh Howey, sorry. We have Dune by Frank Herbert. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. We have Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. We have the first and the third of the Magician's Guild books by Trudy Kavanagh. I have Magician's Guild and the High Lord. Then we have my Jacqueline Carey books. We have Crucial's Dark, Crucial's Chosen, and Crucial's Avatar. And then we have the Treason's Heir, which is a sequel or companion series to Crucial, and it's called Crucial's Scion. We have The Left Hand of God, which is by Paul Hoffman. We have Osiris by E.J. Swift. I have The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. I can't find the first book, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so I may have to purchase a new copy. We have The Rivers of London by Ben Aronovich, maybe? I have a couple of Tara Pratchett books. The Light Fantastic and Equals Rights, and I also have The Colour of Magic as well. We have Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time series. This is The Eye of the World. Then we have Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace by Terry Brooks. It's actually really good. And then we have Philip K. Dick, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And this is the book that Blade Runner was based on. So that was it. That's all my science fiction and fantasy books, and that concludes my book collection. The only thing I didn't show you is any manga I own or duplicates, because I do have quite a few duplicates of books. Like what I else forgot, I have 2 copies. I have about 3 copies of Wuthering Heights and various other duplicates of Jane Austen. Oh yeah, and I also have 2 copies of Twilight. So I thought I'd lost my copy and I bought another one, and now I've just learned it's not lost, it's somewhere in the house, somewhere. So I hope you guys enjoyed this epically long adventure, and let me know if there's any like other videos you'd like me to do, like book tags, or just generally recommending books from certain genres or for certain age groups or anything like that. And let me know if you like the idea of me doing book to movie adaptation video, like telling you which is better, the book or the movie kind of thing. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.